Chelsea and Brighton have not reached an agreement for Moises Caicedo unless Chelsea pay £100 million. So it's about time that we talk about the alternatives for Moises Caicedo. The alternatives that Chelsea are leaking at this moment in time. I don't know whether they're bluffing. It's not very good. It's not looking good. We're going to go through the three that are consistently being mentioned, and we're going to break them down one by one to why Chelsea have to secure Moises Caicedo. The alternatives are pathetic. Let's get Welcome to the Kavkas View. In today's video, we have got the alternative for Moises Caicedo, but also two young generals are going out on loan. And the two are Lewis Hall and Casadei, and we will talk about them. We'll break down their loans, and we're going to see what we need from them. Great news regarding Lewis Hall as well. Make sure you stayed to the end because this news is amazing, by the way. It's the news that we've all been waiting to hear. It's the news that ensures his career is going to be in blue and that we will give him a pathway for success in the future. But before we continue, I need you not to pay your rent, okay? Every single time you come to this video, it's free. Every single one of you enjoys it. The views are telling me that, the likes are telling me that. So, can you just hit that like button and aim for 1,000 likes? We keep getting stuck on 800. Kind of need to push over to that 1,000 mark. YouTube loves it. Subscribe to the channel. It's a really easy way for you lot to tell me that you enjoy the content and to see it in the future. And finally, in the pinned comment is my Instagram. Go follow me there and hit me up with your football related questions. I tend to reply fairly quickly. Now, let's move on with the story. So the reports are coming out, and they're coming out rigorously, that Chelsea and Brighton have not reached an agreement. This agreement has been ongoing for a while, and the discussions are not stopping because Brighton has said 100 million cold, Stone Cold Steve Austin style. Otherwise, we're not interested. Chelsea are saying, big man, give us a discount. And they're religiously reiterating this point. Give us a nice discount. We'll even sign Robert Sanchez. Give us a discount. We'll take your stuff that you don't want. We'll literally pay you for things you don't want. Yet, Brighton are reiterating £100 million. And now we've got three alternatives that are being released to the media, maybe via Chelsea, maybe via agents, maybe via individuals within the industry, to almost articulate that Chelsea have alternatives. And I don't know what kind of flex this is, but it's like a flex when someone's super skinny, got no muscles, and he's trying to like absolutely squeeze his biceps, and you're looking like, big man, that's not a flex. Like, what are you doing there? Go and do some bicep curls. And the reality is, these alternatives are like, we'll start with the first one. The first one is Leandro Paredes. If any of you know Leandro Paredes, you know he's an absolute... I don't like Paredes at all. Well, I didn't like him before the World Cup when he kicked the ball into the Holland coaching staff. I don't like the way he plays football. I don't like the way he is as an individual. He's always a walking red card. The way he plays football is irritating. He's got a beautiful diag on him. He's got a brilliant shot. He's got a good ping, but I just don't trust him. He's not mobile. He's unathletic, and more importantly, his attitude stinks. He is a walking red card. He's basically Sergio Ramos without the ability. And Sergio Ramos was arguably one of the best centre-backs in the world and his generation, yet I still wouldn't have him in my team. Paredes is nothing of that magnitude, yet people want me to have him in the team. Nope, he is not a replacement for Caicedo. The links are coming, in my opinion, purely because Poch managed him before, and most probably they know each other, so Poch would think he's good in the dress. Number two, US men national team fans, you lot are most probably getting gassed. Tyler Adams. Whilst I think Tyler Adams is a good player, and whilst out of the three that I'm going to mention, he might be my favourite option, it's a very low bar. When I'm expecting top class food, I'm expecting 5-star restaurants, Moises Caicedo. Going down to Tyler Adams is like going down to a basic pizza parlor. Like, well, I was expecting nice cuisine, but I'm going for good food, but it doesn't match the level of expectation. It doesn't match the level of quality I was expecting. The utility in me is no longer satisfied. I'm no longer happy. It's not the need that Chelsea are requiring at this moment in time. And the reality is Tyler Adams is mobile. He's young, he's decent on the ball, he has a bite in a tackle. He's US men national team, hence he's very marketable around America. He could be the new poster boy of Chelsea football in America, considering the fact that Christian Pulisic is gone now, Jaja Selina is going on loan. So you almost have the next marketing individual. There's a reason he was at Leeds. Let's be honest, all right? Leipzig let him go. Marsh took him to Leeds, and he just did not cut it, in my opinion, to the standard of a Chelsea Football Club. Could he play for a mid-table Premier League team? 100%. Could he go to the Bundesliga and play to a very good level? Maybe a battling team for top 4? 100%. Could he play for a Premier League team that in the future, not maybe next season, in my opinion, it should be next season, has aspirations to be competing for the top 2, number 1 position and in the Champions League on a yearly basis? Not for me in the Premier League. I would not be scared if Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, United or Spurs signed him. So I would be a hypocrite to sit here and tell you, oh my God, Tyler Adams is amazing. I think he's an average footballer with average ability and should be nowhere near the starting lineup at Chelsea. And the reality is, if we acquire him, he might be in the starting lineup purely based on the fact that we signed him. So for me, no go. Please do not acquire Tyler Adams. Moises Caicedo. And finally, is the one that everyone wants to talk about. It's the one that Thomas Tuchel apparently wanted, Mr. Alvarez. Alvarez is an individual that basically went on strike at Ajax to try force a move through, but with Anthony moving last summer and other individuals moving, they already sold their players. They didn't need to sell, so Alvarez got stuck at Ajax, had a very bad season, and now is being linked everywhere, literally. Italy, Spain, Germany, France. He's being linked with so many different clubs that I can't even keep up. And now Chelsea's name is popping up. And he's on Chelsea's metric list. And Nazir Kinsella the other day released an article which got me a little bit worried. They said based on the algorithm that Chelsea are using, Alvarez is the one that's best suited to get the best out of Enzo Fernandez. He's the one that really has the characteristics and the metrics that are covered up in Enzo's weak spots. I don't care what these metrics are. I don't care what this model was saying. Change it. Change the parameters, change the assumptions, change whatever you need to change, because Alvarez is not good enough. And this is why I always say we cannot judge players based off model. Numbers are meant to be there as assistants. It's like literally, if you're going to the gym and you're using protein powder, it should not be the only source of protein you're consuming. It should be an aid. It should not be the only bit of protein you're consuming. Eat real food. And in my case right now, buy proper players. Do not buy him purely based on the fact of the matter of the statistics are telling me I should. Use the eye test. And the eye test suggests to you Moises Caicedo, Lavia, better players. And those 3 are the players that are being linked. And I'm not going to lie to you, none of them get me amped up. None of them tell me, oh, you know what, we're moving like a proper club. Moises Caicedo tells me we are a proper club and we're moving in the right direction. That's just my opinion. I want to hear yours. Speaking of young gems, speaking of young midfielders, Chelsea have got 2 that are going on loan. And these loans are absolutely almost confirmed. Fabrizio Romano and other sources such as Nazir Kinsella are really trying to amp up these moves. They're trying to describe these moves in good detail. We're going to start with Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall is set to sign a new deal. He's currently on 7k a week, by the way, at Chelsea Football Club. So his quality of life is really going to change purely based on the fact that he's most probably going to go on 30, 40, 50k most probably by having a little jump up in salary. Lewis Hall is an individual that is linked with Crystal Palace. He's going to play either left back or centre midfield. We don't know what position. I hope it's centre midfield. Reason being is I think he could be a tidy centre midfielder for Chelsea one day. That's how highly I think of the kid. I think he's got all the attributes, whether it's the passing range, whether it's the durability, whether it's athleticism to get into the box, decent level of striking. I think once he grows into his man body and once he gets a little bit of composure in front of goal, we could get a decent contributor of around about 12 GNA a season in the Premier League from Lewis Hall in the long term. But the fact that he's signing a new deal and going, love it. Absolutely love it. I do think it would be a mistake on his part, purely based on the fact if he goes to Palace, smashes it, comes back to Chelsea, and all of a sudden he's in the Levi Colwell position of, yeah, you know what, either you play me or I'm going to leave and I'm going to go somewhere else and secure the bag, then all in all, Chelsea have got a decision to make. Him going on a 5-year deal right now, yes, it gives him financial security. It does not give him security of coming back and demanding a spot the way Levi did. but hopefully he smashes it to the point where if he comes back, he looks like he's ready to play for Chelsea Football Club. Cesar Casadei looks like he's going to go back on loan to the Championship. Yes, he spent time at Reading last year, played really well, broke into the team, started getting goals, playing in the midfield too of a 4-2-3-1. Now he's going to go to, what's it called? I think it's Leicester City, a team that's going to be keeping possession and trying to play football the attractive way, where they dominate possession and break on teams when they win the ball high up. Something the way Chelsea are going to try to play this year. So for me, this is a good loan. I wouldn't want him to go to a Premier League club at this moment in time because there's always a risk that he won't be playing. And I think he needs minutes and he needs game time. This kid won best player out at the Under-20 World Cup. So the reality is the talent is there. I don't want people to think there is no talent. Talent is most definitely there. The other issue is that people are ignoring, and I think people aren't concentrating on, is the fact that he's going to be in England. So he's going to be acclimatizing. The last thing I wanted him to do is go back to Italy, realize, you know what, life's actually really good. Smash it in an Italian league, and all of a sudden you have Juventus calling, you got AC Milan calling, you got Inter Milan emailing, and he's trying to force a move out of Chelsea. So he's going to go there, hopefully smash it, come back, and be in the first team at Chelsea. So overall, what can we conclude from this video? And you guys are going to share this to your friends and family, right? Well, firstly, you need to share that Caicedo is the way to go for Chelsea. Number two, the three options that we have in Alvarez, Adams, and Paredes suck. If they're the options, I swear to God, I'd rather keep someone like a Casadei and finally, this is the big one. Those two have got themselves a really nice loan. Chelsea Football Club are really doing well in their transfers of getting players out and getting them loans and getting a good sum of money in for these players. But all in all, I want you lot to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Let's make August another memorable month. 300k views once again. Let's smash it. We're on 24,000 at the moment. It is a marathon, not a sprint, but we can do it. Yes, we can. In a bit, guys. Have a lovely day.